Taking a step means making a choice to move forward in our faith. At Nativity, we have 5 steps that we ask everyone to take at some point. Throughout this year, we will be exploring each step one at a time.
I was FaceTiming my grandma the other day. She's 91, so I guess you could say old, has a few iPads and other technological devices, but man, does she not know how to use them. Growing up, my grandma always liked to read my essays and papers I wrote for school, and now that I write messages like this one for work, she likes to watch them. Grandma, if you see this, please don't get offended. I love you. So I text or email them to her as I finish each, but each time, without fail, I find myself walking her through the process of turning the iPad on, finding iMessage, looking for my name, and the hardest step, clicking the document. Though I absolutely love talking to this woman, our FaceTimes usually have me yelling over the call since she can't hear, then ending with me saying, okay, take a few minutes, follow the steps, and call me back if you still can't figure it out. When we know how to do something so easily, it's almost painful to watch someone else struggle with it. That's probably how God feels while he watches us try to use our money. Check out this clip from The Office. Imagine yourself as Michael Scott, and God and the angels are the rest of the employees.
He's always been terrible with money.
I bet it's Jan spending them straight to the poorhouse.
Yeah, women be shopping.
I can't believe he has a second job.
He's not even good at his first one.
Hey, guys. What you talking about? Oh, okay. I know what's going on.
As much as I would love to be Michael Scott, maybe not in that situation. At this point in life, most of you don't have to deal with money much. Your family has enough. You ask for some cash or for your mom or dad to buy something for you, and they do. So why are we talking about money? What does money have to do with you? Here's why we're talking about money. Everyone wants money, so we can do whatever we want. Despite the saying, money can't buy happiness, financial freedom makes us happy. One day you will make and spend money, so we should be planning for it now. Learn about it and be prepared for it before you have to handle it. It's never too early or too late to talk about money, because one way or another, it's already in your life or will be soon. Jesus talked about money all the time in his parables. He wants you to win with your money. One of the best ways to win with your money and feel good about it is to practice giving. Giving is important when it comes to discipleship. One time, a young man approached Jesus about becoming a disciple. He seems to have the right stuff. It looks like he's got it all together, except for one thing. When Jesus says to him, "Go, sell what you have and give it to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me." The man walks away from that advice. Matthew tells us he leaves with sadness because he had great wealth. And as far as we know, he never becomes a disciple. Elsewhere, Jesus tells the story of the rich fool who is only wealthy in ways that won't last and actually not rich in what matters to God. Our money and our discipleship go hand in hand. Another word we use for giving money is tithing. Tithing is 10% of what we have or earn, given to honor God in order to keep God as our number one priority. With God as our first point in money, we can trust that we will be secure because he will provide. It can come in giving money to your place of worship, donating to the less fortunate, or spending quality time with people you love, especially during a time as lonely as now. Tithing comes from the Old Testament. Back in that day, tithing began as an offering, as a form of worship, even before Jesus was born. That's why you see us pass around an offering at Mass. Your tithing may fluctuate throughout different stages you go through in life. In middle school, it may be more about spending time with grandparents, or donating some birthday presents to kids in need. In high school, maybe it's taking a percentage of your summer job each week and giving it to the church. Though it may seem easier as an adult to tithe, there are ways to tithe at all ages. I have a special guest with me here to talk to us about just that. This is Carly, a 5th grade student participating in her first year in Resurrection. Welcome, Carly. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, can I ask you, have you heard of tithing before today?
No, not before this message.
So now that you know what it is, what does it mean for you to tithe?
People give their time and stuff that they work hard for people in need. I think it's important to do.
How do you tithe or give in your life?
The way I tithe is I donate stuff like clothes or toys. And actually last week I went in my mom's garage and I looked at all the stuff that was in there that I had not used in several years. Like toys and clothes that don't fit me anymore or I don't like, and I only liked them when I was younger. I brought those toys and took them to a shelter.
Thank you so much, Carly. It was great having you here today. God doesn't just establish a tithe because he wants our money. We aren't preaching this because we want your money. We tithe because giving makes us better followers of Jesus, happier people, more generous, and ultimately richer in what matters. Money matters so much to us. It's probably the thing we hold in highest regard today. Money gets us the material things we want, the life we dream of. When we tithe, we are giving over to God one of the most important things to us. Giving is a sacrifice we are willing to make to show God our thanks and praise and worship him. Sacrificing what is most important to you is hard, I know. But what are you really going to do with any of the physical possessions anyway? Enjoy something for a week, then move on to the next purchase? Or you have a Saturday free, spend it sleeping or spend it with your grandma? I remember from the time I was about 8 years old to my junior year of high school, I wanted Heelys so badly, the tennis shoes with the wheels on the bottom. My cousin had them and I thought they were so cool, so I wanted them too. I finally got them as a junior, used them for a couple months, and now they sit in my closet. These materialistic things on earth are great and they get us excited, but they just don't have the same lasting fulfillment that comes with worshiping and giving to God. Eventually, God is taking all our physical belongings back. We can't take our money or our stuff with us. We're just entrusted with it for a while. It's all God's anyway. Giving helps us keep that in mind. God is the owner of all we have. We are just watching over it for a time. We're stewards. God passes things to us, and we pass it along to others. As you prepare for this next step, brainstorm just one way of tithing that is tangible for you. In fact, we just had our stewardship weekend in November. There are some steps we give to all families to reflect on how to give. Ask your parents what they plan to do and how they can make that plan of giving. Then do the same thing yourself. Whether that means putting some of your allowance or paycheck aside each week to donate, spending time with family, or donating some of your possessions to those who could really use them. It's never too early to start making a habit of giving generously. How can you tithe?